Hello everyone, we have started 7th chapter in geography of unit number 5 of class 10 NCERT, that is lifelines of national economy. In that we have studied, we are using different materials and services in our daily life. Then we have seen figure number 7.1 means of transport. In that we have studied land transport, water transport and air transport. Then we have studied modes of transportation. In that we have studied road transportation system. In that we have studied importance of road transportation system. Then classification of roadways. Roadways are classified into 6 classes that already we have studied. Then we have studied next, that is second transportation system is a railway transportation system. Then we have studied third transportation mode of system, that is pipeline transportation. Today we will move towards the next point in this chapter, that is waterways transportation. Since the ancient period, India was one of the seafaring countries. Its seamen sailed far and near, thus carrying and spreading Indian commerce and culture. Waterways are the cheapest means of transport. They are most suitable for carrying heavy and bulky goods. It is a fuel efficient and environment friendly mode of transport. India has inland navigation waterways of 14,500 kilometers in the length. Out of these, only 5,685 kilometers are navigable by mechanized vessels. Now we will move towards the next point, that is national waterways. The waterways has been declared as the national waterways by the government. First national waterway, the Ganga river between Allahabad and Haldia. It is near about 1620 kilometer and we call it as national waterway number 1. See here, we can see here waterways from Haldia and in between Allahabad. See here, way is there. Here, from here to here. Let's, we will move the second waterway number 2, that is the Brahmaputra river between Sadia and Dubari. It is near about 891 kilometer and we call it as national waterway number 2. See here in the picture up to this. We will move towards the next, that is the West Coast Canal in Kerala, that is Kottapuram, Kollam, Udagamandalam and Champakara Canal. It is near about 205 kilometer and we call it as national waterway number 3. See here, I have provided you image from this place. Next, that is number 4, national waterway specified stretches of Godavari and Krishna river along with Kakinada Puducherry stretches of canal. It is near about 1078 kilometer and we call it as national waterway number 4. See here student, I have provided you picture. that is from Puducherry, Nada. We will move towards the next one. It is the fifth one. Fifth, national waterway specified stretches of a river Brahmani along with the Matai River Delta, channels of Mahanandi and Brahmani River, and East Coast Canal. It is near about 588 kilometer. We call it as National Waterway number 5. See here, you can see in National Waterway, that is channels of Mahanadi and Brahmani River. We will move towards the next part of in the chapter, that is other inland waterways. There are some other inland waterways on which substantial transportation takes place. These are Mandevi, Zuari and Kumberzua, Sundarban, Barak and backwaters of Kerala. Apart from these, India's trade with the foreign countries is carried from the ports located along the coast. 95% of the country's trade volume, that is 68 percentage in the terms of value, is moved by sea. We will move towards the next part, that is major seaports. With the long coastline of 7,516.6 km, India is dotted with 12 major and 200 notified non-major, minor and intermediate ports. These major ports handle 95% of the India's foreign trade. First major port, that is Kandla in Kutch, Gujarat, was the first port developed soon after independence to ease the volume of trade on the Mumbai port. In the wake of loss of Karachi ports to Pakistan after the partition, Kandla is a tidal port. It caters to convenient handling of exports and imports of highly productive greenery and industrial belt stretching across the state of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Rajasthan and Gujarat. Next major port, that is Mumbai. Mumbai is the biggest port with a spacious, natural and well sheltered harbour. The Jawaharlal Nehru port was planned with a view of deconnect the Mumbai port and serve as a hub port for this region. Next, number third, that is Marmagua port. It is in Goa. Is the primer iron ore exporting port of the country. This port accounts for about 50% of India's iron ore export. New Mangalore port, located in Karnataka, cater to the export of iron ore concentrate from Kudremukh mines. Next, Cochin is the extremely southwestern port located at the entrance of lagoon with a natural harbour. Moving along the east coast, you would see the extremely southeastern port of Tuticorin in Tamil Nadu. This port has a natural harbour and rich hinterland. Thus, it has a flourishing trade handling of a large variety of cargoes to even our neighboring countries like Sri Lanka, Maldives, etc., and the coastal region of India. Next, Chennai is the one of the oldest artificial port of the country. It is ranked next to Mumbai in terms of the volume of trade and cargo. Next, Vishakhapatnam is the deepest, landlocked and well-protected port. This port was originally conceived as an outlet of iron ore export. Paradip port located Paradip port located in Odisha, specialized in the export of iron ore. Kolkata is an inland riverine port. This port serves a very large and rich hinterland of Ganga Brahmaputra basin. Being a tidal port, it requires constant degrading of Holgi. Hooghly. Next, Haldia port was developed as a subsidiary port in order to relieve growing pressure on the Kolkata port. In this way, student, we have learned that how waterways transportation has spread in India. We have learned national waterways. We have learned major seaports in our country. Now, please write down the question and write answer of this question, and please send the answers on our WhatsApp group. I hope you will write it. If you have any queries, please ask your queries. We will solve it. Thank you, student.